Welcome one and all. It is time. It's time for the LeMans talk. Or as that wall says, it's the Sartre la développement. It's some French. We are in, French land. I know it might seem not French. There's Rolex on the walls. There's a man in the Rolex booth, but it is the Circuit de la Sarthe here at LeMans. Or to give it its proper title, LeMans. And to give it its proper title, the track that hosts a particular race in France is very popular. And that's the best way to put it. But the series is back, well, to what myself and Craig's roots are. Speaking of, Craig.
Bonsoir, Rob, ça va?
Comment ça va? Merci.
Ah, oui, bof. Yes.
Bof.
Well, welcome to something. Hey, here's an HPD going down the Unideres. Okay, he's going to get ready to take the. No, he's at Mulsanne Corner. I was expecting something else. There might be something a little bit different today on this track. There might be some things missing. Spot what's missing on this track is what we will be saying today. Where's the chicanes, Rob?
I don't know. I didn't put them out.
I don't know, Jeff.
Oh, I don't know, Jeff. Oh, I must have missed that.
I can tell you the chicanes are disappeared.
Yes, there is no chicanes. This is the Le Mans style layout. If it had no chicanes, it was considered historic, but
it is. Rob, it's 30 years ago.
It is 30 years ago. Yeah, that was that the last time that these chicanes were raced?
I think 93 was the last time they ran with no chicanes, or 92. So, it does lead to a very scary point, though, about this race. I clocked a Ford GT2 doing 315 kilometers an hour down the Unideres. I clocked an HPD doing 311 down that same road, and I clocked a GT1 doing the same speed. Basically.
Nice. Well, we're going to see by qualifying times where they're going to sit. Lewis Taphouse, by the way, in the HPDs with a 3:18.289 sets the pace for the HPDs. Cal Young and then Ferris Will sets the times for respective peeps in the GT1 class, and then we get onto the yes, they're there. 3:35 for Christoph Oleszczyk. Seth Whitaker is in there as well with a 3:36. 1.5 seconds off. Pittas is also 1.5 seconds off. 3:37.672 for him at the moment. I'm trying not to cough.
Well,
there we go.
You cough. I was going to say it's a very spread field today. 7 cars in the Ford GTs, 11 cars in the GT1s, 11 cars in the HPDs. So they're all about the same strength of field: 3K, 3.2K, 3.3K. So very nicely split today. 3 splits as well. I said tell people we're doing Le Mans this week, and everybody, well done. Pat yourself on the back. You did yourself proud. We've got a very big participation this week. 3 splits, Rob. When was the last time we had that? I think it's usually 2 splits when it comes to a broadcast race.
It was 3 splits when we started. There's actually 4 splits when we started.
Okay, fair enough. These don't get the rain.
No. Unfortunately, all you can hear from Taylor Lane's engine is. Sorry, I wasn't in sync there for a second. Jesus Christ, that hurt my own head. But all you can hear is the foot to the floor, coupled with the fact that all you can hear is just, and yeah, it might do your head in slightly.
Yeah, I just realised Nick Fisson in the GT2 going down the middle of the Mulsanne Straight did hit 315, and Taylor hit 314.
Well, the fast car, isn't it?
So they better hope that they've got some slipstream out here today, as Claudio Dubuic is out there still yet to set a time. Quite a few drivers yet to set a time. I think some of them got caught out by the cold tyres on their first lap, spun out and had to do a second lap. Yeah, give context. Scott Lear did not have a very good first lap. He's actually slower by a tenth than Christoph in the GT2. Again, that's just GT2 things. If you've got a car that's the fastest in that long straight, it's going to be pretty close to other cars.
I'm also just doing the math on this one. The last person I can do a qualifying time. Well, actually, Sharp is USA number. Oh, that is a very American car. Genie Mac.
Say it loud. Say it proud.
USA number 1, apparently, according to that car. Alex Cowie, I think, is one of the last ones to be able to set a qualifying time. So I don't know if Thyssen might be able to make it. He's got 50 seconds left, and he's coming into Porsche curves.
Now he's at karting. Yeah, now he's at karting.
Right. You want to sweep around in this car and then come out
into Corvette.
Yeah, out of Corvette. You don't want to rumble past. The off track and the slowdown is if your tires do not come backwards onto the track by the time you've come off the yellow strips off of Corvette, then into Ford. I think this is Ford.
Yeah, they're both Ford.
I hate the fact that they're both called Ford because it changes. Oh well.
He's got to make it.
Yeah, he's got to make it.
Right. That whole run there was like we were like classic football commentators, where in the old days one would say what section of the pitch they were on.
Oh, that would have been a disaster.
Yeah, when they first started doing radio, and Hurst passes it to Moore 7. No, it wasn't 7. It was 9 slices. Yeah,
9 slices. And can we slice this up into a
yeah, literally the whole football field was put into blocks, and just there was, I think it was even 12, and someone just read out where it was, so you got an idea of where the ball was on the field.
You know what? That's fair enough. And by the way, we'll let the qualifying results, the main points of talking. Nick Thyssen smashes the way with Seth Whitaker coming on in second, Luzhnizak in third, Pitas fourth, fifth for Moldenhauer, and sixth for Laudable, with Claudio Dubois not able to set a qualifying time then into the likes of Cal Young, Gibbons, Young. Bereswell came first. Young third, Gibbons second, Cowie in fourth. Oliver, Genie Mac, that's a Spice Girls car.
Where?
Oh no!
Who?
Alvarez in the number 20 car. Goodness gracious, what am I looking at?
Well, if you want to be my lover,
I think that's a Spice Girls. I think
that's a replica of a British GT livery.
I want to get ill.
Why? Okay, why in British GT did the Spice Girls sponsor a car? Because on the rear of the car says, if you want to be my lover, you've got to take it easy into turn 1.
Oh, goodness gracious. This is... You know when I said the bad liveries? Why on earth are they on HPDs? Now, the bad livery... I'm being facetious now, it's a good livery. But it's British. Where's an Irish livery?
Come on. I am going to say, there's no Javier Mascara today, but I did see Javier Mascara earlier today in a Daytona 500 race, and he had a pink anime car.
Because of course he did. Because of course.
Yeah. What do you expect from him?
Just, by the way, just catch up with everybody. In terms of the big names to look out for, Roth in his extremely American number 13 car, Taylor Lane in second, Taphouse third, Lee's fourth, Lascelles fifth, Redmond sixth, Hanink, Genie Mac, that's the last name, in seventh, Timms eighth, Megger in Genie Mac. What's with these last names? Coleman, Pagny. Lads,
you having fun there, Rob?
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get names? Can we get names? You can control yourselves. Otherwise, I'll control you myself with the names. Warming up the tires coming through Porsche. You want to, by the way, for the HPDs through Porsche, what you want to do is to maximize your speed. You hug walls, essentially. You hug the wall. You come in, you try and sweep around, and then you let the car drift out towards the wall. Then you can get into, it's karting here, tuck in, sweep around, wait, let the car do its thing. Then out towards Corvette.
You're going to hit the tricolor, right?
Oh, well, the tricolor.
The tricolor flying in the sky.
Oh, my friend, you, you're about to get
Oh,
so
what
French.
a camera angle!
You're getting so Frenched up today.
Oui, oui.
Yeah, as the as they say, marchons, marchons, on s'en rue, royal bataillon.
We are copyrighted.
There it is. There's a flyover. Look at the planes. Look at them. And as they go by, we look at the racing about to start off with a single file restart here. Well, a single file start, sorry. That is going to be single file gentlemen's rules today for the HPDs, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be uneventful, so I immediately will curse the lot of them. And I've just done that. That is David Gibbons gone off. Oh dear. A little bit of an argy-bargy coming in through Ford, and his nose, oh dear. He might have hit somebody, actually.
He did. He rear-ended Carl Young. Carl Young, I think he was not expecting Carl Young to have such a heavy braking into the Ford chicane. GT2s, they're keeping it cool, calm, and collected. They're not going to be doing anything too crazy. Fisson getting overtaken from Whittaker before they go down. They're going to try and take this side-by-side into the Dunlop chicane, and I think Seth decides that's not really the wisest thing to do, and on the slippery brakes they get it under control, keep on going. They gotta be careful because Gibbons is ahead of them. He may get caught up in these high-speed Fords. And
we already are on to the Mulsanne straight with no chicane. We are witnessing NASCAR tactics.
But it's raining today. There's no NASCAR.
No. NASCAR tactics, sir.
Look at this, 326.
Yeah.
They were only going about 314 without a tow. And that 327.
This is bump drafting. What do you expect?
Everybody else is just, where are they? They've managed to pull ahead of everybody. I mean, Tap House had a mistake early in the lap. This could be dangerous, though.
I think it may be dangerous, but is it effective? Oh, hell yes it is. Cal Young, 331 kilometers an hour, 328 as soon as he comes out of the slipstream, will be hugging the inside line of Alex Cowie. Cowie there in a Valhalla, lovely little livery on that Corvette. Streaming down into the right-hand kink through Mulsanne. Ooh, that was a bit of a drift out there. I think the car did not like going that fast. 324 kilometers an hour, almost, well, actually just above 200 miles an hour. Braking into the Mulsanne chicane, you're braking from a fair distance in these cars. You do not want the car to go into the gravel trap, and if you do go into the gravel trap, you might as well just say goodbye at that point.
Yeah, the GT2s, by the way,
yeah,
they only barely hit 320 in the slipstream, just to give you an idea. And
Listen, slow down, no! What happened? Did he get caught out by...
Oh, yeah, all the tyres on at the curving on the inside. Ooh. It's the big one.
Oh, that... I'm telling you now, that is such a...
The worst place. Worst place to get
it's a literal kneecap. Like, not being facetious or anything. It's like, I made it through, I made it to the corner, and there's 2 seconds gone. And I have to let everybody by. And now I'm at the back.
So Fisson was a second faster than everybody except for Whittaker, so he's only 4 seconds behind Whittaker. He can catch up to the back of that pack of 3, but it's going to be very tough for him to try and win. He hasn't lost as much time as I thought he was going to be. So silver linings, Rob. Silver linings out there today as the HPDs come across to finish their first lap to start lap 2 of 15, because we are doing laps today, not timed.
Yeah, so it'll be around 45-50 minutes given current race speed as of right now. If you have 45 to 50 minutes, given the fact that it's 10 laps is 30 minutes, and then add your 5, and then any extra time run over will be about 5 minutes on top of that, so it'll be about 50 minutes in terms of proceedings, and the top stopwatch is already saying 47 minutes, so it's actually right on the money. Looking on the car of... Sorry, if I could not choke while I was speaking. Christoph Olejniczak chasing down Seth Whittaker for the lead of GT2.
They've got Scott Lear ahead of them as well, so just having a GT1 in front, which that GT1 will start to pull away as they get into the twisty sections of this part. This is actually the real racetrack part of the track. When you think about it, going up to the Dunlop chicane, just keeping an eye on where Fisson is. Fisson not having the best of time out there. He's still 4 seconds behind these leaders, but anything can happen. I don't know. We've also got another car off. A GT1 has gone off, and Rob will be happy because it's a Spice Girl car.
It is the Spice Girl. Wait, which is it? Oh, it is the Spice Girl. He's not having a good time in that car. There's something. I think there might be something wrong with his car because he was having a bit of trouble even getting the car wound up, and he's going to have a massive bother with the fact that the GT2s are going to be right behind them and potentially grabbing slipstream.
Yes, but at the same time, this GT1 will be grabbing a slipstream as well, as Alvarez is going to be grabbing the slipstream of Leia. So I don't think Witataker and Lesniak are going to be able to catch up. In fact, there they go. They're just going to go. The GT1s are going to go side by side. An Audi, an Aston, and a Corvette. Well, you've got these two Fords they're just vibing. And I'm really surprised. In slipstream, they've got nothing. They're at the very limit of what that car can do. And there's nothing else they can do. They just see those two GT1s ahead, and they can only just catch up to them.
I think what you're seeing right now is Christoph using all of his big brain to just sit. He literally sat right nose to tail off of Seth Whitaker, and that is not something that you want to see. That is Lewis Taphouse in the gravel, and he's off. He's towed. Oh! We might have had a proper accident here coming into 23. Oh no! That must be heartbreaking there. Slip of the rear wheel coming onto the curbing, and then the car says, "Ha, that's funny." You thought
such a weird one. Such a weird one as well when you think about it.
Well, I tell you what. I'll tell you why. It's very dangerous to be able to, because the car can actually slip quite easily. Like, because when you look at the if you look at the profile of that corner, you can do it right now actually, where it's just like it bows down due to the camber, but it bows back up because of the curb. There's a potential where you could have only 2 tires on the ground, touching the ground, essentially, because of how stiff the chassis is, and that can turn the car around.
Be interesting to see. Again, with these HPDs, they are a little bit flimsy when it comes to aggressive turning, and I think that may have caught them out with a couple issues. 21C, by the way, if anyone didn't see the track temp earlier today, if you are from that place that uses Fahrenheit, it's 69 Fahrenheit. As we're watching Carl Young. I keep doing that. There's no R there. It's Carl Young.
You and me both. I think I've already said Carl Young by accident.
We said it last time. Last week we did it. We did it last week at Red Bull Ring. Cowie in front, though. They're trying to catch up to Birdswheel, but Birdswheel he's gone. He's 4 seconds ahead of everybody at the moment. Really putting in the times.
He has henceforth departed from this plane of immediate existence for these guys, yes.
He's departed from this plane. So what plane is he on?
Does France have an airliner?
Yeah, Air France. Everyone's got a flag carrier.
We don't.
Yes, we do.
Okay, no.
You sorry, no, you
wow.
don't. Isn't Air Lingus? Isn't Air Lingus? Everyone's got a flag carrier. Every country's got a flag carrier.
Is it? Okay, well, you are correct, but we just consider another airline. We're not like, British Airways or anything like that,
I'm going to find this out right now. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to find this out right now, just because it's Aer Lingus.
It more than likely would have been Aer Lingus. By the way, cheeky stats here, cheeky move. Guess who's bump drafting?
Is it by any Joel? Oh, yeah, it's Cal Young. What a surprise. 329 kmh down here. I think also if you look at the HPDs, you'll see the same thing, that Taylor Lane is on the back of Yaroslav. So similar situations here.
I think Cowie and Young have more of an impetus to do it because they have to close the gap by
4 seconds.
Yeah, 4 seconds. So for them, it makes a ton of sense to do it, but I don't know why you would do it at the front. Chris. Oh! Oh! Oh dear! Accidente has occurred between Chris Redmond and a few other cars. He dives in on the inside.
No.
Too ambitious
Chris, no.
Too ambitious of a move. He tries rejoining and comes on the inside. Oh! And bang. There it is. And off. It's Tarquini.
Off!
Oh! Off! It's Tarquini.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily get why you would do it at the front though. Unless you just wanted to have a scrap. But like two cars scrapping by themselves. Liam Lysel has probably the most like, he's just there. There's nobody around him. There's nobody. He's 6 seconds out behind somebody, and he's 4 seconds ahead of somebody else. He's just having to race his own race right now.
One is the loneliest number.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah, one is the loneliest number. You are correct. That would be why Carl Jung has passed Cowie and is now running away.
Well, if he's faster in the corners and he's driving an Aston, which, with no offense to the Chevy, it doesn't have the cornering ability, especially at Porsche and karting. So that does make sense. There are other battles going on because this is Jeremy Agard. He's got Simon Bamber behind him as well. This is Aston on Aston. We don't want to see the Brits hitting the Brits out there today. Just look how it's... I don't want to see the Brits hitting the Brits today. O'Brien! Birdswheel, by the way, 328.2. Young and Cowie are 28.7 and a 30.8 respectively. Even with that slipstream, Young could barely, couldn't even keep up with what Birdswheel's doing out there, and he had slipstream.
Yeah, so as of right now, it'll be a monumental task. Birdswheel just has that car locked in. He either has it set up for it to be very slippery. We'll be able to sort of determine that once they get at speed down to Mulsanne. So we're looking at Young now. I'll switch over to where there he is. But by the way, it's not a case of they're just following the white line to have the funny. In iRacing, because of the way that the ground effect simulation works, and because the center of the road bows slightly, the distance between the floor and the floor of the car and the ground is actually tapered to an extent that it slightly adds a benefit to top end speed, because of the fact that there's slightly less contact with the tires of the road. It has not made that big of a difference since many aeons ago, but a lot of people still do it. Every millisecond counts in quantities of a million in this case.
Yeah, I'm just curious what's happening. GT1, by the way, Fisson is making his charge up the field. He was
GT1s. Hey,
GT2s.
you made the mistake.
Wow. Fords. He was almost a second faster than anybody up ahead. So Nick's catching. He's just there. He sees them up ahead, and all these three have just bunched up all of a sudden. Pitter's catching up to everybody, and I don't think he's got the idea of making a move. I think he understands the situation. He's a in terms of iRacing, they would say he's a lower ability driver, but that doesn't mean anything when you come to historic driving. So I think he understands that the script today is just stay behind, but these guys staying behind, Fisson is catching. He's almost in that slipstream.
Fisson will have to use every trick in the book to get every bit of speed, and then once he gets there, he not only has that to get, well, he has to get there first, and then he has to figure out, okay, so now how am I going to pass 3 people? How on earth am I going to... Yeah. In this car?
Yeah, it's Nick Fisson.
Yeah, it's okay, maybe Nick Fisson, right? But it's Nick Fisson in this car going up against 3 very good drivers. I mean, would you say Christoph is slow? Would you say...
All I'm saying is that those 3 drivers have held each other so much that Fisson's...
I mean, come on, Seth.
Okay.
Seth.
Fisson gained 4 tenths through Indy and Arnage, I'm just saying.
Okay, you have a point. You have a point.
He's right on the back here as they come through Porsche. Then it's Virage de Point, which is bridge.
Dupont.
De Pont, yeah. No, that's the rugby player.
Dupont. Wait, I was like, whoa, wait.
Virage de Point.
Yeah, Virage Dupont.
Okay.
And you see those rumble strips back there? Those are the ones I was talking about earlier. Where it's like, don't do a nasty over them, otherwise you're gonna get a massive something. Well, I think one of the harshest slowdowns in the track actually comes from.
No, the harshest is Mulsanne corner. What happened to Thyssen?
Oh yeah, well, especially in the first lap. Like,
well, just in general, it's the worst.
That's not good. Philip, you don't do this, my friend.
Oh, keep it out the wall!
Oh, he did. What on earth? The grass. Yeah. He got onto the grass. You can barely see it in the darkness. This will probably be the better angle for. You can see where the white line is, and he brakes.
There you go. Yep, there he goes.
Good trajectory, but not on the cards, I don't think. And now he's in third, and now he's having to chase down the people that were just behind him, which is not.
Well, he set the fastest lap by 0.8 last time. By the way, Thyssen set the fastest lap by a second last time, so he's catching as well. But yeah, Birdswell's got the time.
Imagine. I wonder what he'll do. No, he will not bum draft. He will not. He will not give in to the temptation.
No, you will not get the bum draft.
No, Kimmy, no. You will not have the drink.
Literally, look at it. He's just decided, and I think Pittis knows this is that, and just decides, I'm gonna have to just accept this. And you were saying half a lap ago, is he gonna get by these three talented drivers? We passed one of them.
I can tell you why he's going to get past them, because he is currently. Oh no, he's
lifting.
slowed. He's slowed up. He knows. He knows. As they come down towards. Excuse me. That is going to be into the right-hand kink on Mulsanne, straight into Mulsanne chicane. Oh, you can see how much they squirrel. They're trusting each other now, with a lot of metal and wheels and engine parts and oil and fire and fuel. Coming up through past Gulf into the first right-hander of Gulf, past Rolex, through
past Rolex.
Well, because
it's just called the Gulf Straight. Last I heard, it's just called the Gulf Straight.
I know, but I mean, like, you can, it's more so like you can look and see it says Rolex.
Does it? Wow, it does.
Yeah,
it does. My God.
Yeah, it just says Rolex. So it's like, oh yeah, you know, what people can see on their screens is much nicer than saying just a random name sometimes. Indianapolis into left. They're all holding formation still. Right hand out of Indy on towards the Porsche curves.
This has a name. This is the Buisson Straight.
Buisson Straight. Yeah, Boisson. Gibbons is blinking like a fairy light. Genie Mac. There he is. He's fine now. Yeah, stopped the blinking. Simon Bamber with a quite curmunched front end is still going. Front right looks a bit worse for wear. But probably will be able to make it through the rest of the night without much incident, hopefully.
They make it through the night without much incident.
Well,
sorry.
Well, because it's going in tonight. It's not coming out of night. It's going in tonight. That's why
that's true.
That's why the lights were all coming. I was like wondering. I was like, why are the lights coming on? It's like, oh wait, hang on. It's going nighttime. Andy Lees for the HPDs is trying to pass Yarsa Coleman through the kink. They won't do it if they're smart now. They won't do it through the kink because it'll open them up. He's holding formation behind. I do want to see if we can get onto his car. Can I get onto his car? Oh my goodness. Get onto the car. There we go. Battle for P5. Yeah, on board. This is why probably nobody races open cockpit anymore. All you can see is the screen in front of you, and that's about it.
This is in all due fairness, this is old school. A prototype with no cockpit. Now they really got to animate dirt coming on the windscreen.
They do.
The windscreen, the windshield, the helmet.
Well, they simulate going onto the
The car.
onto the visor.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Oh yeah, what you're in? What you're in, but not in a 3D view. Not in like.
Oh
when
yeah.
you're,
Oh yeah, I know. But also, the only thing that you can see off this car is the lights of where a passenger seat would be.
I've never noticed that. Never noticed that.
You've never noticed the lights.
No, I haven't.
They're probably the only thing that would indicate that the car is even there, apart from the front lights.
Oh, Rob, Fisser's just overtaken. Fisser's just overtaken everybody. That is some overspeed.
He is currently going 319 kilometers an hour. But the problem is that he's only going on his own merit, 320 kilometers an hour, 319. He will probably have Seth breathing down his exhaust pipes coming through Indianapolis. That is going to be a slither through. They're holding formation center. Thyssen holding right of center, trying to hold. Oh, a bit of a clamber onto the racing line.
Oh, touch!
Oh my goodness gracious. I think Seth has just screamed in that car, asking the car to stop. Because he almost locked it up.
Yeah, I think that's him getting on the radio saying sorry about that. Just getting caught up. In the GT1s, Burswell has caught up to Young and Cowie. And you start to see that he is now starting to tighten the screw a little bit. But he's in the slipstream range. He'll be there very shortly, is what I'm trying to say. And he's there in his V8 powered Chevy. Oh, that makes me feel ill saying that because I'm an Aston fan. Regardless, he is really pushing on. These guys have a 10-second advantage to the rest of the field.
Well, that's all you need in life is a little bit of an advantage. Andy Lees has retired the car. He came into the pits and then retired it. So he is now out of the race. And the HPD field is quite fragmented as of right now, but they will all have to take at least one pit stop due to the fact that they won't make it on a full a full tank of fuel. It's still several sort of battles in between. So this is Kevin Copeland chasing down Joseph Saul, two Audis. I'm about to get a load of hate mail.
You said it now.
Two Aston Martins of the same team coming down and battling each other. They'll probably hold off for now, and yes, they do. But this is the main battle for P1. The GT1 battle for P1 in GT2.
Yeah, this is the GT2 battle, and it's actually this is the GT1 battle. Sorry, it's actually a really, really good run from Burswell, but he knows Cowie's going to have the slipstream. So the best thing to do is to do what the Chevys do in Florida and do some bump drafting. And he's going to try his best. And he's going to bring them together. And I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there we go. Cowie has the run. Now Burswell has a choice. Where does he want to go? Maybe I just want to go over here on the red line strat. Nope. Not going to take the red line strat. In fact, he also gets no help. He's going to have to stick behind Young. Cowie will lead the race for the first time. But it's only a question of when for Burswell because he really has the pace at the moment.
That's what that Cowie can see, 329 kilometers an hour. Carl Young stays in formation, swoops out wide. On the inside goes Philip Burswell, probably a bit too early, but he does have the inside line still there. Hold your line. Still there. Carl left. Oh, a bit braver on the brakes too. And Burswell does make the pass work. Carl Young shuffled to the back. And this is what it looks like from, if I can get his cockpit view. Come on cockpit, where are you? There you are, cockpit.
In the pit we go.
In the pit.
We'll say,
yeah.
I would say, everyone did see that little slide that Burswell had in the little bit of the kink there on the run down to Mulsanne corner. It was very scary. I saw that and I was like, oh dear. Oh dear. Please no. Please no.
He's got a very twitchy car. I've noticed that a lot. He moves around in the braking as well, and I think he's got a car that's pretty tracked and decked out for speed, but in the process has probably slightly made the car slightly slippery.
I want to go fast.
I want to go for speed. For the Sonic goes for speed. Yeah, try telling them that about Nick Thyssen, Nick Thyssen goes for speed. There's never time to not go to speed.
Nick Thyssen is like, I am speed. He's done very, very well at the moment. He's the only one beating Steph. Oh no, yeah, he's the only one beating Steph at the moment. He goes very wide into Indy, puts a tire or two on the gravel, and this is going to be tough for Steph to make this move around the outside. He can't make it. Going to open up some interesting situations here between the four of them. Yes, four. Pitas is still there. Steph's just going to go back to bump drafting, I think. I think he's had his moment in the sun there. I think he's now saying it's a little bit too dangerous. I want to just stay behind. I want to go home. Well, you can't go home yet. You're halfway through the race.
Well, I think the problem is that well, that's right now. All you can see is just the headlights, and then as soon as they get past Porsche Curs, is the actual lights of the track is actually illuminating the cars. So for like as a good 60% of the portion of the race, all you're seeing will be the headlights as the cars go by. There is also the situation currently going on where the HPDs will catch the back end of Claudio in about a half a lap time.
Genie Mac.
So we are looking at potential traffic coming through within the next lap or two, probably another 2 laps or 3 for the front runners of the GT2s. Will we see them pass the GT1s? Time will only tell.
Time will tell. Burswell, by the way, he's now just checked out. He's made that time up. He's now starting to pull away. Christopher Laudable having a moment in the GT1s, the GT2, sorry. But yeah, all of a sudden, Burswell's just gone, see you later. But he wants to go fast. He wants to get by these guys. You get to the straight here, there's not much you can do. They're going to try and take this side by side. Very scary. Burswell, despite being almost a second ahead of them entering the Mulsanne straight, is now back into third position after getting the lead back. So may have to just understand that he may not be the leader of this pack at the moment.
I don't think any of them will be up until the point they get to Indianapolis. Will they be able to safely say, I'm the leader of this pack? Because look at it. From the back goes Bearsville with some massive speed coming through, passing on the inside or on the outside of Cal Young, but still being pipped to the post by Alex Cowie, and Cowie is still fighting tooth and nail for it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh,
what a save!
What a save! But I think he did a slight bit of a crack. That looked so much like he got under pressure, and then it just kind of got a bit too much, and then oof, what happens, you know?
Well, what's happened here is Christoph overtook Seth in the middle of the straight, and they went side by side, and Christoph actually had a little bit of tow from Thyssen, so he was able to get ahead here. Now Joseph Sewell has gone around, and he has gone off at Indianapolis. He's back running out there, but Christoph now trying to see what he can do. In the background, that is Scott Lear in the GT1, but still, these four are still together, and I've got to give hats off there to Jack for basically holding with these three, because we know their pedigree over the last 9 weeks of the season. They're not easy cookies to crack.
Oh, absolutely not. No. Say that any of these would give an inch. They'll only give an inch, but just an inch. They won't give 2 inches. They won't give 3. And you have to fight for every inch that you do get. And if you do get an inch, it'll snap back at you quicker than a tiger would. With a piece
an inch is gonna fight me?
Yes, an inch is going to fight you. Because,
what have I done to the inches?
Because centimeters would like to have a word with you. Metric system.
Back to the racing.
Yes, we're back. We are back to the racing. Hello, racing. This is back.
You can tell. Unfortunately, unfortunately not a lot to show you in the HPD. Sorry, Yaroslav. Well, the gaps you can see, they're so spread out at the moment. So all the racing happening at the moment elsewhere. And this battle of 4 is the big battle in the race. Scott Lear's just coming to the pit. I thought the GT1s didn't have to pit, or do they all have to pit?
I think all of them will have to pit.
Okay.
I'm 90% sure they'll have to pit. If they're not, if they don't pit, well, we got that one wrong again.
We always get it wrong. That's why we're ready on TV.
Exactly. The only corner you need.
It's not here.
It's not cool.
Oh, wait. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes.
Scott Lear is in the pits. As of
The
right
HPDs
now.
are in the pits. Yaroslav and Lane's in the pits.
Yep. And they're pretty close together coming into the pits. Liam Losel is also now himself in the pits. And that's a Garrett 61 livery.
Yes, indeed. Dean Tim's in the pits. Yaroslav Coleman coming into the pits. How about you, Mega? Do you want to come into the pits? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Get yourself some fuel. Get yourself fueled up. Get that lean.
Get that Sunoco fuel out there. Wait, hang on. This isn't NASCAR. What do they use in Le Mans?
I don't know.
Oh, don't they use Total Energy? They do.
Total Energy.
Yeah.
And Taylor Lane has taken the lead.
Wow, actually, 3 seconds faster in the pit box in the pit lane than Yaroslav, and 4 seconds almost for Liam Losel.
Yeah, fuel saving beat. That's what they do to you.
Is it fuel saving or is it the wrong fuel number? Then again, it's laps, so you should know how many laps you're doing, so you're not going to overfuel for time.
Well, here's the thing, right? Taylor had sat behind Roth for a quite big while, bump dropping him. So, a lot of fuel saved from just sitting behind the car, and the majority of their intake is not on the front of the car; it's on the side of the car. So, the air. I mean, what I mean by that is air intake for the radiators on the side of the car. So they'll still get air. It's not like NASCAR where if you grenade the engine by sitting behind the car for too long,
Now, this is interesting. Burr's Will's coming to the pit. Young hasn't joined. Cowie hasn't
not
joined
no.
either.
Pagney is still stuck in the pits. I think he took tires. He might have, and I think he did.
Just put him on. Stop having a conference. Just put him on.
Yeah. Simon is staying out. Yeah, so half the field has come in, half the field staying out, it seems.
What about the GT2s? That this could be interesting. What will they do? Because they're all racing together. That there's no strategy. Obviously, you all come in together, surely. I mean, let's just wait and see as they come through Corvette and into the pits they all go.
Oh, that was a wobble there from Christoph. Very, very close indeed. And they're all essentially racing to the finish line. And the finish line being the pit line.
What is this, NASCAR all of a sudden? A yellow flag pit?
Yes, it is NASCAR. Yes, it is NASCAR.
One second. Let me just get into the NASCAR frame. Drivers now coming down to the pit. Parker, what have you got there for Whittaker? Well, Mike, the number 3, they're just coming up. They're just going to do some fuel right here. They don't need to get tires. Driver says the car's feeling very good out there.
All right, and we're back on sped.com. It's not speed.com. It's sped.com in association.
Oh, gee, Mike, Christoph.
In association with Atvo, the only interface that you need to take your racing next level.
Atvo.
Atvo.
You know the Aflac advert? You ever seen the Aflac?
Yeah.
Atvo. Nick's gonna kill us.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Lars Moldenhauer has not pitted, so he will be taking the lead of the race for his class for a moment at the very least. Christoph is in the lead.
Oh! Taylor's off! It's a spin for Taylor Lane. Almost getting a readjustment there because of a spooking.
It's Lane!
And that's the wrong lane. Now, is that a spook because of that? No,
It's a spook. It is a
Yeah.
spook. I would have thought because of the Corvette, and has to jiggy with it, turn it around.
Oh my god.
Get jiggy with it, turn it around.
Okay, so what's it? Okay, so that GT2 battle is just really changed up now because you've got Thyssen and Whittaker behind Christoph, and they're trying to catch up. Jack did not get a good pit there. He lost out big time in the pit. Not sure what happened. He's now 3-4 seconds behind all this lot.
Well, anything can change as long as he's within slipstream range. That's
Well, you talk about that. Thyssen just retook the lead.
well, there you go. Well, there you go.
Thyssen's like, yeah, I do like all this slipstreaming, but don't need it anymore. We've got 6 laps to go. Pedal to the metal.
Where's Seth? Oh, there's Seth. Oh, Pittas had the long stop.
Yeah. Wow, that felt like a Fuji straight to me. Because, oh, hang on. Oh, the slide. The slide from Thyssen. They're going to be side by side. Who gets the inside? Nobody gets that middle lane, the important middle lane. The GT1's in the pits as well. Cowie, Gibbons, Young. Everybody in there. But these guys side by side. Seth thinking about it. Seth just going to help one of them. But it's not going to help. A bump draft won't work. Inside, the overlap belongs to Thyssen, and now the hard braking. This is going to be tough to go around the outside for Christoph. He's made it work. Can Thyssen respond?
No,
he can't. He's on the gravel again.
No, and he has got Seth to his inside, but Seth having to back out. But the damage is done for Thyssen because he will be compromised coming out, and will have to chase down Christoph to hold off Seth. So use slipstream to get away from somebody using your slipstream.
Pass. Bears Wheel. Everyone's pitted now in the GT1. Bears Wheel's up ahead of Cal Young. Just.
And this is
And I mean Young. Just.
And this is Cal Young. And that's all he can see. A set of lights ahead of him. Ronin Sim Sports, correction. And a very slippery Philip Burswell. And Philip, all he can see, if we get onto him, is his lights. The thing that he needs to run away from, his gearbox, and a big thing on his foot, his right foot, that says "push for gas."
Did it actually say that in the car? Push for gas.
I wish it does, but I mean, it's the principle, you know.
That'd be great. Yeah, this is the button. This is the pedal you need to press to basically go fast around here.
Oh, the slipstream battle has begun.
Has indeed. And hang on, Cowie did not get a very good time out there today in the pits. Not sure what happened to Cowie in the pits, but Young and Birdswell in their little battle. And it's interesting because there's no one around them, so their lights, both of them are illuminating the way forward. They can't see anything behind them. Look at that in the rearview mirror, just a little bit of a light. Birdswell's going to go to the outside. He's not going to make this move. He's not going to make this move. He's not going to make this move. He's not going to.
No, that is a Bearswell. I see how he set up his car. That is one very wobbly car coming on under braking. He has set up the car for straight line speed, and he's done very well at that, but has compromised cornering ability a little bit. But that is what you have to do it. And lifting off, holds formation behind Cal Young. Can he make the same effort to upset Cal Young? Not at this moment. So let's wait.
Well, we may see it in a moment here with Thyssen retaking the lead in the GT2s, but these guys side by side at this moment. It'll be very interesting to see. Can he make this move now stick? Going to be tough, though. Is Bearswell going to hold this? He'll have the inside for Porsche, and I believe yet Young's decided it's not worth trying to even force it at the moment. Bearswell gets that lead back. It's been a very topsy-turvy race for Bearswell. How many times have he had the lead today?
About
five now?
About 4 or 5 times, yeah.
about 4 or 5 times.
And he had it secured. If that accident hadn't happened where he spanned the car, he probably would have been just uninterrupted. You know, he would have just been like, "Ah, yeah, well, here I am." And now we have this Seth Whitaker on the rear of this 3 is now waiting, hopefully, to get a position at some stage or another. Tried taking on Christoph, who held the line firm against Nick Thyssen. But that is something that you don't want to see in your rearview mirror. That is Yaroslav looking to lap the 3 leads.
Oh, and hang on one second. He's coming up.
Yeah, Liam Loisel has to get past, under any circumstances, has to get past or not get delayed. But
well, Yaroslav's getting delayed. Yaroslav's going to try and take away that line for Whittaker. And hello, they're both getting bunched up here now, because where can Yaroslav go? Going to have to try and do it around the outside of karting. He only gets one of them. He's not going to get the second.
No.
This brings it into play for Loso, who gets a better line. Loso's going to be able to overtake all 3 of these with no problem. Flash of the lights there from Loso. He's going to come on by. I think he gets all 3 of these before the 4 chicane. Going to be late on there for Thyssen. Thyssen breaks. That's a late move. They're almost coming together. They avoid it. Liam knew he had to make that, though.
Liam making a bit of a...
Oh, it's a slow down.
Thyssen slowed. Thyssen has to do it all over again. The work that he did will now have to be reshuffled backwards into a doubling of his efforts.
Loso had it as well.
What is this? This is David Gibbons has joined Cowie and Cal Young. Cal Young having an accident.
Carl Young having an accident. We'll have to get back on that in a moment while we're watching these 3 have a little scrap for the last 2 spots in at the podium. And side by side goes Cowie and Gibbons. And you just see Young. He's just trying to work his way out now. Where does he go? Late under braking for Gibbons. This is going to be tough to make it around the outside of the Mulsanne corner. I tell you what, Rob. He made it stick around the outside of the Mulsanne corner.
Having to go back up through the gears now. Crunching up into 4th. Into 5th. Now has a Alex Cowie on his outside into 6th gear. 300 kilometers an hour going through the second kink on the Gulf Straight. It's not even really straight. It's got 2 turns in it. Into Indianapolis. Old on the inside. On the outside they go. Side by side through it. A little bit of a wobble from Gibbons. Has to hold it on the inside coming through the second part of Indianapolis. Can he make it through car number 5? Does indeed.
Too hot, and I think Cowie saw that and just decided it was better to just take a little bit of a wider line to let both drivers live to fight another day. And fight another day they will. Is Young. He had a spin at the Dunlop chicane at the start of the lap. It's getting a bit too hot out there. Meanwhile, as you watch these 2 battling through, they're going to be a move into the Porsche. Yes, Young gets it back. Remember Thyssen had a slowdown?
Yeah,
Thyssen's back in the lead.
Yeah, Thyssen back in the lead, unfazed by the issues that he was seeing, is now having to fend off Seth Whitaker, who is on his inside coming through the first kink of Gulf. 280 kilometers an hour. Second kink, 290 kilometers an hour. You're going to have to steel yourselves. Brake through into Indianapolis, part 1, left.
Man alive, this is the car that is so tough for braking because of the way the suspension works, and they do such a good job in tandem for that braking. Brilliant work by everybody involved. They still got 1 more straight to go. They've still got loads of straights to go, actually. Through
now onto, I can't remember what the straight is.
Is it the Raidillon straight? Little of a flash from D. Tims. He wants to get on by. There's nowhere for him to go. The Nomad HPD wants to come by. He's going to do a little excuse me at the first part of the Porsche curves. To the bridge he goes. He won't get past both of these. Almost a similar situation to what happened to Yaroslav last time by. But he managed to get past all of them with little issues.
Through then. And past them with no issues at all. And then will make his break away from them. The cars have bunched up in the GT1 class. We have a two three-way battles. Antonio Alvarez has made up for his mistakes earlier on in the race. Kevin Copeland chasing down him, and Antonio Alvarez chasing down Simon Bamber. So 2 British flagged livery cars are now battling each other.
Cowie's just overtaken Gibbons and Young in the other battle of 3, just using all that speed. Young decided to hold to behind Gibbons, and Cowie decided, nah, I'm just going to launch on by. Meanwhile, Bamber is holding on to what he's got at the moment. Alvarez ahead of him. He's just going to wait. They have to wait. So much time spent on this straight. You think you've got to make the move soon, but no, you've got all the time in the world to make that move. In fact, they're not even at that kink yet.
If you want to be my lover, you got to take it easy into turn 1. You know?
Yeah, well, we're past turn 1 now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, words to live by. Could be turn 1 of a relationship. Could be turn 1 of a circuit, you know?
Great, you say turn 1 of a relationship?
Yeah.
Look at this. They're going 3 wide down the Unaderas, and they just slip back in to 2. And meanwhile, Alex Cowie in the other battle holding that position.
I hate to interrupt you, but there's been developments. Yaroslav Roth, Liam Lysel battling for the lead.
Now, what has happened here? Yaroslav's going to lose the lead. Something must have happened to Yaroslav this lap. Don't tell me he's had a moment. Did he just get caught up in traffic? He got caught up in traffic. Wow.
And that is what I call a oh dear moment, because he's now having to battle with Liam.
On the penultimate lap.
Yeah, on the penultimate lap, yeah.
Now, this is the penultimate lap. They've got 7 seconds to play with on Taylor Lade. They could keep doing this. Losil around at the outside of Indy. He could hold this, and still side by side they go. Brilliant move there. Losil's going to hold this as well. They're going to hold this rough side by side into Arnage. They're going to hold side by side. Yes, a little bit of a tap side by side out of Arnage into the Busan straight. Maybe Yaroslav's just going to tap in and just get a little bit of slipstream. That is what I'd be doing right now. Yes, he does. He gets that slipstream to get the speed. A little bit of overspeed. There's the overlap. They're going to try and take this side by side into the Porsche curves. And this is probably going to be the race. There is one more lap after this, side by side through Porsche into the Busan straight. They're still going side by side. Still a little bit of touching. They're still going side by side. They come into karting. Still side by side. So stop it, boys. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. They're still side by side, Rob.
Side by side going through onto Corvette. Side by side coming up towards, and then finally breaks. Liam Loisel finding it behind Yaroslav coming through Ford, and that was a absolutely magnificent set of track corners that we just witnessed. White flag racing here with Yaroslav Roth taking a white flag for the for the Porsche HPDs. The Porsche HPDs. I'm about to be really.
The Porsche HPDs.
New flavor. You know.
New flavor. Porsche.
And it'll be a white flag, I think.
Yes.
It'll be white flag for the GT2s, who I think have asked, please, no more. We want one more round, one more lap. That's all we need. And this is what they'll get. One more lap as another HPD goes by. It's Nick Thisson's race to lose. Currently in first position. Second position is currently Christoph with this man here. Seth Whitaker up into third. Will have to pull the rabbit out of the hat to get into P1, but it is all to play for. 3 minutes of a lap is the lap time for these guys, and that's all they'll have. 3 minutes, and then it'll be done. And it'll be Seth's race to win, Thisson's race to lose.
Yeah, now the GT1s, they still have another lap to go after this. So we'll keep an eye on them later as they hold on and trade the positions in the top of that class. But these are the last battles. Liam Losil is trying to win this. That he's going to have to hold this position around the outside of Mulsanne corner. It's going to be very tough for him to make this. And the comeback now from Yaroslav if he's got the inside line. There is a GT2, 2.5 seconds up the road. Don't think it's going to play any factor in this at the moment. Who has the better line? Late braking for Losil. Can he slow this down? Very well done for Losil. A little bit of a slide on the exit. That may be good enough for him. He may have to use Kevin as a bookmark.
Kevin being the bookmark? Well, absolutely. And I just noticed my microphone is not fully up to volume. There it is. My microphone is now up to volume. Liam Loisel holding the inside line against Yaroslav Roth. Roth is going to be coming through on the inside line for the first turn. It's in Indianapolis, but does take the line as traffic up ahead of them is going to seal the deal. That is Ken Copeland, and I said his name wrong twice. Kevin Copeland and Simon Bamber being overtaken. That's Kevin Copeland up ahead. The flash of the lights. Yes, thank you, Kevin. I am sorry for getting your name wrong. I know you're listening as they come through. There's a flash of lights there. Come on, Liam. You have one more chance.
3 wide in the Ford. Sorry to interrupt. We've got 3 wide in the Ford. Fist and Alexiov. Whittaker going 3 wide in the Ford into Indianapolis. And around the outside goes Christoph Delacey. And Ken Fisson holds it. No! And Christoph spins out. And it's going to be Fisson who takes it.
Fisson, with just the bit between his teeth, was able to do an absolutely magnanimous set of corners. And unfortunately for Liam, it is not to be, but Jaroslav Roth with a great race coming across the line. Flash to the lights, magnificent. First place, take a bow. For second will be Liam Loisel. Taylor Lane, that little spin at the exit of Ford could have been a good one if it wouldn't have existed for her, but well, you know, you can try again. There's another race after this in an hour and a bit of time. Don't worry about it. Get that first position, girl. Let's go, girls. You know, all that kind of thing.
Oh, keep watching this battle, but also with a few more. Sorry to like completely jump in there when I saw the Fords 3 wide. Had to be done. Brilliant racing. They knew how much it was going to be. Fisson is about to take the final chicanes. He is going to record the victory. What a race! What a race by those Fords! Nick Fisson wins the GT2s. Whittaker will take the P2, and then we come to these 3.
Oh well, Jack Pitter's flashing his lights. I didn't think he would. I don't think he would have thought that he would have been getting 3rd place, but I'd say he's chuffed with himself with the 3rd place finish. We're looking at Alex Cowie chasing then David Gibbons, as Gibbons is being chased down by Young and Cowie and Gibbons all together into a meeting pot of magnificent American on British cheese action coming through. That is C6R, DBR9, C6R coming through. Car number 5, car number 1, and car number 15. 5 plus 1 equals 15 in this case, so that's 5 of Gibbons, 1 of Young, 15 of Cowie.
I wonder where you were going there with that for a moment. It's just really close. Birdswell is 9 seconds up the road. He's going to be taking this victory. These are the last guys. I think there is also Alvarez still out there. He's going to be the very last car to set the time. But regardless, these guys holding on. Gibbons just needs to make sure he doesn't make a mistake. And that didn't look very clean. And that has put a little bit of pressure here because Young's going to have a nice little run. You just see it here on Cowie's dash. This is going to have to be a send for Young. What can he do on the wing camera? Gibbons knows he has to go for some defense here. Going to be very brave. He sets the dummy. He can't fool Gibbons. And now he's trying to make Gibbons make the mistake into Porsche. And I think that mistake is there because look how wide goes Gibbons. He's going to have to lift a little bit. The gap is not closing. Can he get a good karting? Not sure. Still trying to put the pressure on. I know the send probably wasn't on. Had to try it. Oh, very close there for Gibbons. But it is clean. It will be one last send from Cal Young. Very tough to make a send into the Ford chicane. He's trying the defense there from Gibbons. And that should be Gibbons getting the P2. Young will get the P3. Cowie will get the P4.
Having to hold off what seemed like the move of a lifetime. Unfortunately, Cal Young doesn't get it, but Gibbons into second place after his first lap accident. I'd say that'd be a very good... It wasn't even first lap. It was lap 0, theoretically. Lap 0 accident. And Cowie, unfortunately, coming home in fourth. But Antonio Alvarez, through the darkness, in this livery.
Well...
In this livery.
Well, all I'm going to say is
stop
right now. Thank you very much.
Just spice, baby.
Oh, he... Oh, no.
Spice, baby.
Oh, no, he just did.
I did. What are you going to do about it? Can't do nothing. But,
run the results.
Yes, I will. After a burp. But I will say.
After a burp.
Roth in first position for the HPDs. Loisel in second. Taylor Lane in third with Timms in fourth. Coleman in fifth. Megger in sixth. Seventh is Lees. Pagny in eighth. And then the rest of them will have been either laps down or retirees. We'll get to them as we come along. Barriswell wins for the GT1s with Gibbons in second, Young third, Cowie fourth, Alvarez fifth, Agard in sixth, Bamber in seventh, Copeland in eighth, ninth is Saul. Then we get to the GT2s. Thyssen comes home after an absolutely monumental, sensational start in first for the GT2s. Whitaker second, Pitas in third, Lezhnizak. Oh, that was a heartbreak that he had, unfortunately, coming home in fourth. Moldenhauer in fifth. Then we get into those that were lap or multiple laps down due to issues or such like. Lear was 1 lap down. Sharp was 2 laps down. Hanning, Hanning 2 laps down in car number 17. Duboc was 1 lap down. Laudable was 2 laps down. Redmond had to retire, as did Taphouse had to retire. Well, very successful and very, very entertaining set of roads, corners, and everything in between for us here from the Proto-GT Thrustmaster Challenge. But next time out for us will actually be on Okayama International Circuit.
Free track, folks.
Yeah, free track. Back to 30 minutes. So if you want to get your fix, that's one way to get your fix. Go do it. We will be there on the Sunday coming up. So no worries about that. And as for the WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, it'll be as part of the Thursday of that week. But of course, we have to leave it off there. It was a great race and a great set of corners that we enjoyed ourselves today. Of course, Craig, appreciate you as always coming out and helping us out. As I said, next time round, Okayama International Circuit on the Sunday of the week of the 20th of February. Then we go to Raceway Laguna Seca for the finale of this series. But until then, I have been Robert O'Brien.
And I have been Craig King.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner that you need. Good evening, one and all.